Attention passionate Detroit, Lions fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Detroit Lions' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Detroit Lions fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Detroit LIONS fans. Let's get to the news now. Lions fans, sit tight because what's swirling around the NFL right now could have massive implications for our team, especially in the defensive backfield. Rumors are heating up about the Detroit Lions making a bold move to acquire Jessie Bates, III, from the Atlanta Falcons. And let me tell you, this isn't just some hearsay. It's something that could truly reshape the Lions' secondary and overall defensive dominance as we push toward the playoffs and potentially a Super Bowl run. So, what are the details? Well, Diana Rossini has been reporting that the Lions are eyeing a trade for Bates, offering a second-round pick and some depth at safety, possibly to replace or complement the injured players in our secondary. Right now, with Kirby Joseph out due to a knee setback and Chase Lucas on IR with an Achilles injury, Detroit's backline could definitely use a shot in the arm. Adding Bates, who's 28, with his proven playmaking ability, could be the missing piece that pushes our defense to elite status. Think about it, a secondary that's already packed with talented players like Ifeatu Melifonwu, who's been impressive this season with 4 INTs, and now adding Bates, who's a proven ball hawk and a versatile safety, could turn us into a turnover-generating machine. Now, let's take a step back and understand exactly why Bates is such a hot commodity. This guy has been a game-changer for the Falcons, leading into the 2025 season with 7 interceptions. That puts him in the top 3 among safeties according to PFF. His coverage grade sits at an impressive 93.0, which is borderline elite, and he's allowed just 3 yards after catch per reception. That's lockdown-level stuff. Not to mention, Bates has 95 tackles, forced 5 fumbles, and sacked the quarterback 3 times. His ability to play downhill, disrupt passes, and make plays in the open field makes him a perfect fit for what we need in Detroit. But it's not just about stats. There's a strategic reason why the Lions are so interested. Think back to 2019, when the Steelers traded for Minkah Fitzpatrick. That move turned their defense around, creating turnovers at a crazy rate and elevating their entire team. Bates could have a similar impact here. When healthy, Bates is a game wrecker. He suffered a rib injury in Week 5, which caused him to miss a game, but reports indicate he's back at full strength, ready to bring that same intensity to Ford Field. And Detroit's defense is primed for a leap. With Bates in the back end, our secondary could mimic the style of the 1970s Steelers, who famously led the league with 28 interceptions in a season, suffocating TEs and shutting down deep passes. We already have a solid core, but adding Bates and pairing him with Amick Robertson, who's also been exceptional with a PFF grade of 87.5, could elevate our secondary to historic levels. The potential is huge. Our pass disruption rate could jump from 25% to well over 45%, and our yards allowed per game in the air might drop from around 240 to closer to 190. Imagine the impact on our overall team performance. Now, let's talk about what this means for our season. The Lions are currently sitting at 9-4, pushing hard in the NFC North, and a move like this could be the difference between a deep playoff run and an early exit. Our offense is already potent, led by Jared Goff, and our rushing attack with David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs keeps defenses honest. But it's our defense that's been the question mark, especially our safety play. Adding Bates could be the catalyst that turns our entire defensive philosophy into a turnover-generating, game-controlling unit. The Falcons, meanwhile, are in a transition phase with a 6-7 record, trying to figure out their identity with quarterback Penix leading the way, who's posting a QBR of 83. 2, they're juggling cap concerns, with a $20 million hit on Bates, and are prioritizing free agency money to bolster their front 7 and extend their star receiver, Pitts. Their defense is allowing about 28 points per game, which is decent, but not enough when you're trying to contend. They might be willing to part ways with Bates to free up cap space and rebuild for the future. For the Lions, this is a perfect storm, a chance to land a top-tier safety without giving up too much, considering the importance of a secondary leader heading into the postseason. The impact on our team could be enormous. When you add a player of Bates's caliber, you're not just plugging a hole, you're elevating the entire unit. With him in the secondary, the Lions could see a jump of around 20 INTs total for the season, boosting our turnover margin significantly. That's the kind of playmaking that wins games, taking the ball away from opponents, creating short fields, and setting up our offense for success. Statistically, our passer rating allowed could plummet from 90.1 to about 74.3, and our third down defense could improve by nearly 15%. That kind of defensive shutdown could be the difference maker in tight games, especially late in the season. And let's not forget the playoff implications. Our odds of winning the Super Bowl could see a substantial boost. Right now, Detroit's Super Bowl odds are around plus 600, but with Bates on board, some sportsbooks are already shifting that to plus 350. That's a massive jump, signaling the high confidence that this move could make us a true contender. Plus, in simulations, the Lions' chances of winning playoff games increase by about 11%, and our red zone defense against divisional rivals like the Packers and Vikings could become nearly impenetrable. This isn't just about adding a safety. This is about transforming our entire defensive identity and making Ford Field one of the toughest places to visit. In conclusion, acquiring Jessie Bates III isn't just a trade rumor. It's a strategic move that could define the Lions' season. It's about creating a playmaking defense that can generate turnovers, shut down opposing offenses, and give our offense the short fields and momentum they need to win big games. It's about building a team that can compete at the highest level and bring a Super Bowl back to Detroit. Bates's ability to disrupt passes, make tackles, and read the game at an elite level makes him a perfect fit for our team's vision. If Detroit pulls this off, we're not just adding a player, we're rewriting our defensive story and setting the stage for a historic postseason run. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Detroit Lions news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Detroit Lions fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think adding Jessie Bates III would be the game changer we need? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Lions. Remember, this team is built on our passion and support. I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Detroit Lions news. We're on the brink of something special, and I can't wait to see how this unfolds. Let's keep the faith, Lions fans, and get ready for what could be a historic season.